Hey everyone, welcome to this team training webinar. My name is Peter. I'm a technical support associate here at UpKeep. Today we're going to dive into the ins and outs of this product and touch on how this is going to be useful for your day-to-day tasks. I'll run down the basic features so you gain a good foundation of knowing the most important aspects of our software. So with that being said, let's take a look at our agenda for today. So first, if you're completely new to UpKeep, we'll go through a quick overview of who we are and why our tool is useful. I promise you we're not just another application. It's really intuitive and helpful. So on our list for today, we'll cover each of the user types so you're familiar with the different roles of each team member. Okay, now to get an understanding of the different user types and know exactly what each one can do, let's go over the three types of users within the UpKeep platform. Now, first, we have the admin. So these are pretty much the internal UpKeep experts. They gather clean data. They can monitor the app and provide ongoing training to their team members. So admins are the ones with the full control over the account. Pretty much think of this as the master users. They can create, edit, delete all the data within their team account. And you can have multiple admins in a given account. Next, we have our technicians. So these are pretty much the users where they're being assigned work orders from their admins, and they go out and process and complete the work orders. So they can create, process, manage work orders. However, they cannot redelegate work orders to other team members. Now, they can also create their own parts and locations and assets, but they can't edit something that was created by, let's say, another admin. Now, this is broken into two groups. You have your regular technician. They can see everyone's work orders. And then after that, you have your limited technicians. They can only see their own work orders. So they have the same functionality as a regular technician, but they can only see the things that were assigned to them. Mainly, this was created to help control the scope so they're not overwhelmed with seeing a lot of other technicians' work orders. And finally, we have what are called the view only and requester users. So the primary role for these types is solely to submit work order requests. And think of this as perhaps like external users outside of your upkeep maintenance team. They could be like tenants of a building. Now they'll have their own login. And the difference between these two is that view only users, they can submit requests, yes, and they can also view the information within the account like an admin, but they can't make any edits into anything, just like the name view only. Requesters, on the other hand, cannot view account details. They can only submit work order requests. Now, as an admin, the people and team section is where you'll manage your team members and assign user types for each one. So let's dive into the web application and see how this looks like. All right, so right here, let's go into our people and team section. As you can see, here's a list of all my users already added into my account. Say if I wanted to add a new one, I can click here, add person. If you're coming from a different software and you have hundreds and even more users, we also have an import function. I go over this more in our data importing webinar, but that's just there for you, so you don't have to enter these manually one by one. But let's just add one as an example. So say I wanted to add a view only user. I can just type in peter@test.com, send an invite. If you get that message, one user failed, already exists, that means that that user already created their own trial account. And that happens. And not to worry, what you can do is that user has to delete their free trial account. Then you can go ahead and add that user. So let's try another one, pk11@test.com, send invite. So yes, this user will get an email with a link. They can set up their password and yeah, log into their UpKeep account. Now, going back, the ones with the gold price tag, that means they're a paid user license. So if you want to make sure if you need to upgrade your plan, just please contact customer support. view only and requester users, those are free, and you can create as many of these. All right, so once you've added your users, you can also create something called teams. All right, so let me just delete this really quick. All right, so I'm gonna click add team, and I'm gonna title this morning shift team. And for description, I can put something like their availability. They can work from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. And I wanna add my technicians, Jimmy, and my limited technical technician, Jenny. And once I click submit, there you can see I've created my morning shift team. All right, so that's how you add users and team in this section. All right, so our software is helpful, but there's bound to be questions along the way, and that's totally fine. We have resources to provide additional guidance that you need. So here are some of those resources. We have our technical support. So I'm part of this team, and we're here to help you with any troubleshooting or to answer any general questions. You can talk to us within the live chat. We're available 24 hours, Monday through Friday. You can email us at info@onupkeep.com. If you prefer to call, you can do so from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. weekdays Pacific time. And here's our phone support number right there. We also have our UpKeep Help Center. This is extremely useful. There's how-to guides. There's even short video tutorials that will help you on how to use each feature step by step. There's our link on upkeep.com/customer support. And then this is our account setup webinar, but we also have our other ones like our team training and data importing. The team training is ideal for admins and technicians on how to use UpKeep on their mobile app. And the data importing is important to learn how to mass import and update your data. All right, so that should give a good rundown on how to use some of the fundamental features. And once you started created locations and assets, as well as even compiling your work orders, you can then gather information to run reports for your team to gain data-driven insights. All right, that wraps up this account setup webinar. And again, feel free to reach out if you have any questions because we're always happy to assist. So until next time, talk to you soon.